What's up, guys? So there's just one little thing I want to show you here before we start, right? You see our image tags here, the image element, when we're uploading images to our web pages, and then we have our attributes to the image element. And well, there's just another attribute that you always got to use. So you have your source attribute with the name of your image, telling the browser like where to look for the image. Then you have your width and height attributes, which are needed as well. You can leave them out if you want, but it's recommended to put them in here, so the browser doesn't have to figure out the width and height itself. Because if it did, that would just slow things down. So this speeds things up a little bit, of course, but it's every little helps. And the next, this little attribute that you always got to use, it's the alt attribute, ALT, and basically just stands for like alternative. And what it's used for is like, just say your image doesn't load to a certain person's computer for whatever reason, bad connection or whatever. So your image doesn't load onto their computer. So they just have this little kind of little X box or something, this little box with an X on it, and they're like, what the heck is that? Well, if you hover your mouse on it, this alt attribute will tell you what it is. Like, have you ever, you have an image on a web page and you're on the internet, and if you hover your mouse over the image, a little tag comes up, this little description of the image or whatever. That's what the alt is. Do this. Put this alt in. It's alt equals, in your quotation marks, just put in your what you want to say on it. So obviously a little description of what it is. So it's a picture of a koala bear. So I'm just going to say picture of a koala bear. Simple as that. And so do this. Try it out on your thing at home, and just hover and then save it, of course, and then refresh it in the browser, and then just hover your mouse over the picture, and then you should get a little tag that comes up, and it will just say this on the tag. I'm just going to leave it out because for some reason on my laptop it's not working, so there's no point in me doing it if it doesn't work on my laptop. But give it a shot at home because it does work. It's just there's something wrong with my laptop. I don't understand what it is, but there's something going on weird with it, so just try it out at home and it'll work for you, right? So just remember to keep the alt attribute. I'm just going to keep it there, but I'm just going to leave it blank just to make sure you don't forget. See this alt, and then it's just blank inside the quotes. You can do that as well. You can just leave it blank. Just say it's not really important. If it doesn't load to the page, it doesn't really matter if the person knows what it is. So you just leave it blank. So that's what I'm going to do. But when you at home, put a little bit of text into these quotation marks describing the photo, whatever you want you can put in, and just hover your mouse over the picture then on your web page, like hover it over here like that, and then you should get a little tag that comes up, saying the text you put in here. But anyway, so now you know that. So now I'm going to show you a little more about links. And what I want to do is, you see, we made a link, okay, to the About Me page, alright? And we just anchored the link about this text. We just anchored text, which is just the About Me text. As you see here, you just text here, it leads to About Me. You click on it, and it will go to the About Me page, or whatever. So what I want to do is, so you see that you click on the About Me, you get to the About Me page, click on My Photos, back to My Photos page. So that's our links, and we have it wrapped around this text here. But what I want to show you is how to actually make this image a link. Whereas if I hover over this image, it'll have the same effect as hovering over this with the little pointy finger. Then if I click on it, it will lead me to the About Me page. So I'll just show you that now. Okay, that's the About Me, some photos. back to your photos, text, your code here. And so remember I told you that an image is actually an inline element. An inline element, so that means you can actually put it inside a paragraph element and things like that, inside a block level element. Remember I showed you that? So also you can put it inside these. I'll show you now. Yeah, so you see the picture of a koala bear we have. This one here, this image element here is what's uploading the koala bear. I want to just wrap that in an anchor tag. I want to anchor it. I'll space it out a little bit. So remember your anchor tags, and your anchor tag, and then we just got to put it the href attribute in the by the way, the attributes always go in the first tag. Just to remember, there's never going to be an attribute in the ending tag, alright? Always the first tag. So we put a href attribute in here, and we will just link that. Actually, no. Actually, yes, alright. I want to show you another thing you can do. You see the way we're linking to another page on our website, our own page, like pages we're making. This is called relative linking, because we're linking to pages that are, you know, in the same folder or whatever, you know, that kind of thing. The same like it's our pages, so it's relative to us. Like, I want to show you another thing called absolute link, which is just like a link to another website. So you see here, I found this website koalabears.com. That's just all about koala bears. So I'm going to link this picture of a koala bear to the that website. So what I gotta do is, you gotta put the URL of the website in. So don't forget to use http:// Remember, you've all seen that on your top of your browsers. Gotta put that in first, the protocol. Then just www. And then the name of your website, the domain name, which is koalabears.com. Save that. Go back up here and refresh that, and that leads to koalabears.com. See that this picture is now linked to koalabears.com, which is pretty cool. Alright. Yeah, so that's the first link I want to show you, just how you can actually link a photo or a picture or an image or anything, an image, yeah, to anything. And also you can link it to a different website, or you can, which is an absolute link, or you can use a relative link and link it to another page on your own website. Alright, so there's just one last thing I want to do now, right? And that's basically, I want to put an email address down the bottom of the page, and when you click on this email address, it will then open up an email application, so you can send an email to me. Right, so what I do is just got to make another paragraph element down here to actually put my email address in. I'm just going to put in, say, email@email.com. Obviously fake email, but you get the gist of it. That's just an example of an email address. And then of course you got to wrap that in your anchor tags. And now it's anchored. And then we got to use a href attributes. And then we put in our email address, which in this case is email@email.com. Now I can put in here, I can say contact me. So I'll show you this now in the web browser. So now down here you can just click on contact me and it'll go to the email thing. But let's just say the email application on their computer isn't working properly, so that they click on contact me and it's not doing nothing, so then they can't email me. So that's what we do is, the best thing to do is just put our actual email address as the link, if you know what I mean. So show you now. Email.com. I'm going to save this and refresh it. Now the actual email address is the link, so even if this link isn't working, they still know my email address and can go open up their own application. Right, so always use your email there. Like, back to this. So we have this. It's a link to our email, but there's just one more thing we gotta do, and that is this little mail to colon. This is what we need for the browser to actually open up the email application. So href, and then whenever the browser sees mail to colon, it will know, alright, this is going to be an email application. It's going to be an email thing. So they got to open up the email application on the user's computer, and the email application will already have the recipient address as being your email here. So you save this, open up, you click on it, that will then open up the an email application for your computer, and then you can then send the email. Alright, so that's your intro, and a little more info about links and all the other kind of links. So get cracking on that.